The hook, the invisible wealth. What if I told you that the person cleaning the floors at your local grocery store, or the guy pumping gas in a worn-out flannel shirt, was actually richer than the CEO of a Fortune 500 company? In 2014, a 92-year-old man named Ronald Read passed away in a small town in Vermont. To his neighbors, he was just a quiet veteran who drove a second-hand Toyota and used safety pins to keep his old coat together. People actually used to buy him coffee because they thought he was struggling. They felt sorry for him. They thought he was a victim of the system. But when his will was opened, the entire world stopped spinning. This poor gas station attendant had a secret stock portfolio worth $8 million. He left millions to his local library and hospital. He didn't win the Powerball. He didn't inherit a cent. He was a ghost millionaire. How does a man with a minimum wage job end up with more money than most doctors, lawyers, and engineers? It wasn't luck. It was a calculated, silent war against poverty. Today, I'm going to deconstruct the exact wealth matrix Ronald used. We're going to look at the math, the psychology, and the hidden traps of the American dream that keep 99% of people broke while the 1% get richer. If you feel like you're stuck in the rat race, this deep dive is the exit ramp you've been looking for. This is the $8 million formula. Phase 1. The trap of lifestyle creep. The average American is broke. According to recent data, nearly 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because we live in a society that is designed to make you spend. From the moment you wake up and check your phone, you are bombarded with ads telling you that your life isn't good enough unless you have the newest iPhone, the newest SUV, or a house with a white picket fence. We call this lifestyle creep. As soon as your income goes up, your expenses rise to meet it or even exceed it. You get a $5,000 raise, and suddenly you feel you deserve a $600 a month car payment. You're not getting ahead. You're just running faster on the same treadmill. Ronald Read saw through the lie. He realized that the clothes you wear and the car you drive are just signals. Most people use these signals to look rich, which is exactly what keeps them poor. Ronald understood the fundamental difference between standard of living, the stuff you buy, and quality of life, the freedom you have. Think about it. Every dollar you spend on a luxury today is not just a dollar because of compounding. That dollar is actually $10 or $20 you are stealing from your 60-year-old self. Ronald didn't just save money, he saved his future freedom. He chose to be an owner. While everyone else was buying products from big corporations, Ronald was buying the corporations themselves. Phase 2. The math of the eighth wonder. Let's talk about the engine of wealth, compound interest. Albert Einstein famously called it the eighth wonder of the world, stating, "He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it." Most people fail to build wealth because they don't understand how the math works in the long run. They want results in 3 months. But wealth is a game of decades. Let's look at the numbers. If you invest $500 a month into a standard S&P 500 index fund, which is basically a basket of the 500 largest companies in America at a historical average return of 10%, do you know what happens? In 10 years, you have about $100,000. It feels slow. You feel like giving up. In 20 years, you have $380,000. Now it's getting interesting. But in 40 years, that same $500 a month turns into over $3.2 million. Ronald Read understood that time in the market beats timing the market. Most people try to play the market. They buy when things are high and sell when they are scared. Ronald just kept buying, month after month, year after year, through every war, every recession, and every pandemic. He didn't need to be a genius. He just needed to be a machine. He automated his wealth while everyone else was trying to gamble their way to the top. Phase 3. Blue chips and dividends. Ronald's strategy wasn't day trading or chasing the newest meme, stock or crypto moonshot. He was a dividend growth investor. He focused on what we call blue chip companies. These are the giants of the world. First, by what you know, Ronald bought shares in American giants like Procter & Gamble, Morgan Chase, and Johnson & Johnson. He looked at what people were using. People will always need soap. They will always need banks. And they will always need medicine. These companies aren't going anywhere. Second, the DRIP method. This stands for Dividend Reinvestment Plan. This is the secret weapon of the ghost millionaire. Every time these companies paid him a dividend, which is a share of their profit, Ronald didn't take that money and go out for a steak dinner. He set it to auto-reinvest. He used the company's profit to buy more shares of the company. It's like a snowball rolling down a mountain. It starts small, but as it rolls, it picks up more snow, and by the end, it's an avalanche that nothing can stop. Third, the buy and hold forever. Ronald held some of his stocks for over 50 years. Imagine the discipline. He ignored the dot-com bubble of 2000. He ignored the Great Recession of 2008. He knew that the stock market is simply a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. If you can't own a stock for 10 years, you shouldn't own it for 10 minutes. Phase 4. The psychology of delayed gratification. In America, we are addicted to instant gratification. We want the high of the purchase. We want the like on the photo. But true wealth is a slow-cooked meal. Ronald Read had the superpower of silence. He had no ego to feed. Think about how much money you spend just to look a certain way to people who don't even care about you. Ronald found peace in knowing he was free. Even if nobody else knew he was rich, he realized that wealth is what you don't see. It's the cars not purchased, the jewelry not bought, and the first-class tickets not booked. He also avoided debt like the plague. He knew the math. Interest is something you either earn or something you pay. If you pay 20% interest on a credit card, you are working for the bank. You are their slave. But if you earn 10% on your investments, the world is working for you. Ronald chose to be the master. He traded a flashy, stressful life in his 30s for a legendary, peaceful legacy that changed his community forever. The final challenge. Ronald Read isn't a miracle. He is a blueprint. He proved that in the United States. You don't need a high-paying job to become a multimillionaire. You just need a high-functioning brain and a heart of steel. The question is, are you brave enough to be boring? Are you disciplined enough to drive that old car for 5 more years so you can own your time for the next 50? Are you willing to be laughed at today so you can be free tomorrow? Your journey to millions starts today, not tomorrow, not when you get a raise, not when the economy gets better.